Yo, what's good, people? It's man like Jamo. Another Lenovo Legion gaming monitor review for you guys today. This is the 2510, 24 inches, 1080p resolution, 320 hertz refresh rate, LTPS stand, and 0.5 milliseconds response times. Let's get this thing unboxed and see what it's really saying. Now, just a little disclaimer for those of you that are new to the channel. Lenovo did send this down to me directly, literally for doing a review video. They don't get to see the video before it goes out, and this monitor goes directly back to them after man's finished reviewing it. So let's get into this real quick. Now, just to show you guys what comes inside the box, obviously you get the monitor itself, you get the little arm, you get the little, what's this, the little stand kind of thing for the arm. You get one DisplayPort cable, no HDMI, and obviously you get the little power plug as well. And oh, and you get some screws for mounting the TV, the monitor onto the arm, because it's not a toolless design, unfortunately, but yeah, we move forward anyway. Now, whilst I got the monitor face down, let's look at the ports that we got going on in the back. Because we've got two HDMI ports going on there. We've got one display port. We've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. And that's literally it. No USB hub on this thing. Oh, obviously you got the little power port plug there as well. But yeah, no little other ports for USBs or anything like that. I think that's a button that you got going on there. You got a little button going on there, and you got VESA mounting included. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But apart from that, yeah, it's pretty much simplistic 1080p monitor there. Right, now that we've got the thing all set up, ready to go, let's check what that monitor adjustment is saying. So it looks like, do we have slides? I feel like, yeah, we have a slide. We have a tilt, so it goes side to side. That's kind of seems to only go left. Can't seem to get it to tilt around to the right. It seems to, I don't know what's going on there. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Have they got a little, okay. Right. So maybe if I leave it to start off there, put that back down now. Now we can slide to the left and we can slide to the right. Right, okay, so you got to kind of set that in manually. You've also got up and down movement, spring loaded as well, so it's nice and easy. You've got, let me just put this to the side so you can see the tilt. There you go, you can tilt it up like that, or you can kind of tilt it downwards, kind of thing. Hey! Obviously you can, oh, and you can rotate it. Yeah, there we go, you can rotate it to the left, and you can also rotate it to the right. And like I said, you got VESA mounting on the back there, so you can just put it up on a monitor mount and live your best life. Right, now that we've got this thing up and running, obviously we got to first check out them viewing angles. So let's go all the way to the side here. Okay, go all the way to the other side here. Sorry about the glare. Okay, go all the way to the top. Go all the way at the bottom. Do you know what? The viewing angles aren't bad, but I do notice that the screen gets darker when you're viewing it from an angle. Hold on, let me just make sure that the brightness is locked in place. Right, brightness locked in place. Yeah, it gets a little bit darker when you're viewing it to the sides, but at least the color and picture sharpness doesn't degrade at all, no matter what angle you're looking at it from. It's just, yeah, a little bit with the brightness going down. But I guess this is like a performance esports gaming monitor. More time, often you're gonna be right in front of it, directly in front of it. So this is the optimum place that you're gonna be viewing it, and the viewing angles look brilliant from here, even if you're slightly off axis. All right, now let's check some of these monitor specs by looking in the Windows display settings. We got 1080p, yeah, maximum. That's what it said. Now let's look at that refresh rate. We're using DisplayPort 1.4 at the moment. At the moment it says 1080p by 60 hertz. So let's see how high that goes. And oh yeah, it goes up to 320 hertz. And let me see if I can click that. There we go. Yeah, 1080p, 320 hertz. Let's see if that actually makes me any better at gaming though. Now, one thing I've also become aware of just now is that this monitor doesn't have any built-in speakers, which is cool because obviously you got the 3.5mm headphone jack on the back to plug in any speakers or any headphones you want. And again, as I said, it's a performance gaming monitor, fam. So this is for the guys that are gonna have their gaming headset on, you know, their esports gaming headset, or they're gonna have some speakers. They're gonna have some kind of wireless audio or maybe even wired audio situation that's going on. So yeah, it's not really necessary for it to have speakers, but I do like to see speakers for people that don't have anything else to use. Now, as this is a gaming monitor, I thought it's kind of useless to show how good it is at productivity, but yeah, it's okay at productivity. It's obviously a 24.5-inch display. You can't fit that much on the screen, but what you can fit does look clear, especially at 1080p. Browsing web pages, doing all that kind of normal stuff that you would do on a normal monitor, no issues at all. I thought it's pretty much cool. Anyway, let's get on to the real reason why you came onto this review. Now, obviously, we're gonna have to start off with some Nintendo Switch car. It's got two HDMIs in there. It's clearly supposed to have some kind of game console plugged in. And I get it, it's 320 Hz max. Why would I be playing a simple Nintendo Switch and a game that can only run up to 60 Hz maximum as well? But sometimes you just gotta see what the little games, what the console gamers are gonna experience on this thing, especially with that 0.5 millisecond response time. And I feel it's definitely good enough for a competitive game like Smash Bros, where you need to know what's happening on the screen fast in order for you to be able to react and beat your opponent, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely good enough for fast-paced fighting games, especially platform fighters like Smash Bros. Now let's move on to some PC gaming with Grid Autosport, one of my favorite racing games. You'll always see me playing it on this channel. I've got 320 Hz mode turned on. We're getting around 200 frames per second in this game. I've never seen Grid Autosport look so smooth. I feel racing games look completely fine at 60 frames per second, but 200 is just adding that extra je ne sais quoi. However, unfortunately, my camera can only record up to a maximum of 60 frames per second. It can actually do 120 frames per second at 4K, but because I've only recorded this at 60, you're only seeing 60 frames per second. But trust me, it's one of them things you have to see in person, man. Mad smooth, and the gameplay is just running good. That combination of the high frame rate and the low latency response time, brilliant for a gaming monitor. Now let's move on to the real reason people are considering a monitor with a ridiculously high refresh rate, and that is your esports gaming titles like Counter-Strike Go 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, all them kind of things there. Now I'm getting around 300 frames per second here, dips down to 200s, high 200s really, and it dips up to high 300s as well. Now I'm not good enough for my skill level to reflect how much more of a benefit I'm getting from this high refresh rate. But yeah, if you want a high refresh rate, it's good to go. There's no overclocking to do. There's no magic behind the scenes you gotta do. All you gotta do is set the monitor to 320 Hz mode and you're pretty much good to go. Like, it's a smooth experience, a bit too smooth for me personally. I'm still getting worked by these CPUs that I'm playing against, but yeah man, if you're an esports warrior, you might want to tap into this one. Now let's talk about the in-monitor menu thing, which you can access by pressing a button on the back. You got all the normal settings that you'd normally have if you go into game mode. Obviously, you've got, you know, game mode, stuff like that. You got overdrive mode. Don't even know what overdrive is, but you got 4 levels of it if you want. Adaptive sync is on auto, AMD, FreeSync Premium at the moment. Refresh rate number in the bottom left of the screen, I've got that on at the moment as well. Going to screen settings, you got brightness, contrast, you got all that kind of stuff, dark boost, whatever that is, relative gamma, you know, all that good stuff that you got going on there. Oops. If you go down, you got color temperature as well. That's all cool. Port settings, display port, DPU. Oh, it's 1.4. And what's the HDMI? I think the HDMI is just normal. But you got, yeah, HDMI 1 and HDMI 2. And then you got some more monitor settings going on here, like volume, Volume of the headphone jack, by the way, obviously, because it ain't got no built-in speakers. Button repeat rate, LED indicator, on-screen display, timeout, transparency. Yeah, all that good stuff. Nice little monitor menu, which has basically everything that you need and expect from a gaming monitor. Now, I ain't really got any negatives about this monitor, especially not at the price point. It's like $150. You're getting a standard 24-inch 1080p IPS panel, 320Hz maximum refresh rate. You've also got 0.5 millisecond response time. So you've got everything you need for a little bit of esports warrioring when you're at your desk. You've also got that ergonomics stand, which lets you twist and swivel the monitor exactly how you want it. Only thing I would have probably, had included would have been speakers and maybe a USB hub, so I can just plug my USB headset in, my USB peripherals directly into the monitor, like instead of having to plug it into whatever computer I have. Not that it makes much of a difference, but yeah, that's what I would have add if you're asking me what would I add to make it better. But yeah, no, as it is, definitely a decent gaming monitor for your high frame rate, FPS, I don't know, racing, fighting game enthusiast kind of thing. And it does what it says on the tin. That's more than you can ask for really these days. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and make sure you like and follow for more content like this.